Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome back a recurring guest to the show. If you follow anything Barstool related, you know this guy. He is the host of the Allow Me to Be Frank podcast and the operator of one of my favorite sports websites around, sportsencyclopedia.com. He now
Yeah,
has.
I need that. I need some help with that right now.
Oh,
I'm
yeah?
kind of on a hiatus about it because I just need help. I can't do it
Yeah.
anymore.
It's a lot. It's a great website, though. I still, every now and then I check in and get my, what the update of the day or this day in history. I love that kind of stuff. So hopefully we can get that going easier for you. But he's got Tank Thursdays on the Yak, does a podcast called Barstool Units with Dougs. You can find him on Twitter at NJTank99. He is the one, the only Frank the Tank. Frank, how are you doing, my man?
All right.
Good. I know you're a little nervous.
I'm doing a little bit better than Lamar Odom is right now.
I seen it's the Aaron Carter Lamar Odom boxing celebrity match.
What a combination!
I mean, and we know rock bottom for him was when he's married to the Kardashians.
You can always go lower than rock bottom, right?
Yeah. I don't think it gets lower than losing to Aaron Carter.
That's tough.
Who's got to be at least a foot shorter than him.
Oh, at least.
NBA play, you get hockey players, they know how to fight.
Yes.
Baseball players, they kind of push and shove each other. Football players like to choke each other and slam each other to the ground. Basketball players can't fight for a shit.
That's so true.
It's been a tough run for basketball players. Nate Robinson, with whatever, the Paul brother, and then obviously Lamar Odom. Not a great stretch of fighting for NBA players, but yeah.
Lullaby and good night. I mean, he put Nate Robinson to sleep.
Oh yeah, I'm still not convinced that Nate Robinson is awake yet. It looked like they just dragged him off to the side. I still haven't found out if Nate Robinson woke up from that. That was bad. But
Frank, we were talking about you were a little nervous here. Frank, the Mets, they're sitting at 31-24 and 4 games up on the Phillies. Are you pleased with the season so far? I don't think you are. But are you pleased about?
I'm pleased with the record. I'm just totally nervous about all the injuries and the feeling that doom is around the corner.
I'm a big fan of your Mets Minute on TikTok that you do. I like the positivity.
Yeah, I was gonna do it. I was gonna do it, but I had to do this first.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you very much. But yeah, the Mets so far you're in first place. I know there's been some games that you've gotten a little angry with because they given the lead up. Do you have I know DeGrom is you don't know, up in the air. Do you trust this team?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't been able to trust him in 14 years.
That's as a Bears fan, I understand that.
Who has been your favorite player on the team so far? Maybe your most surprising, but who's been, your favorite?
Besides DeGrom?
Is DeGrom your number one? Like, that's your go-to, or?
Yes.
Okay, then who would you go after that?
Let's see, maybe Alonso.
Okay, I'm a big Pete Alonso fan. I'm a big Florida Gator fan, so I always find myself cheering for Pete Alonso. So, anybody that you would put in that third slot this season?
Maybe Taijuan Walker.
Okay, don't hate that.
Yeah. What about? I was there for Pete Alonso versus the Mets 2 years ago, I think, when he broke the record for most home runs in a single season for a Mets player.
That's right.
What is it, Frank? 50-something?
53.
53.
Jesus.
Who held the record before him?
Carlos Beltran.
Oh.
Didn't Darryl Strawberry also have a really good rookie season? Wasn't he up at the top of that list?
He had 26, which was the Mets rookie record previously.
Rookie record. This is a single season record by any player.
Yeah. And Beltran actually broke Darryl's record. Darryl Strawberry had 37 one year.
Oh, okay. Has he progressed?
Well, actually, Todd Hundley broke the record. Todd Hundley had 41 first.
Oh,
so,
Todd.
yeah.
Todd Hundley.
He played for the Cubs at one point.
His father was a Cub.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Todd came and played at some point in his career. I remember.
And end of his career after his career is basically after he is pretty much washed up.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Has Pete Alonso progressed in a way, like obviously he has the insane rookie year, like has his progression into a full-fledged, full-time MLB player, has that been sufficient enough, or do you think he's still got room to improve?
He's got room to improve, but he's just had a good series in Baltimore.
Right on.
Frank, I think I know the answer to this question, but who has been the biggest disappointment so far for the Mets?
Francisco Lindor.
So you're saying that signing has not been worth it so far?
I mean, he's hit better last week, but up until last week, he was batting 180.
Yeah.
Which is just plain friggin' terrible.
Does it worry you, the length of that contract? I mean, that was what it might be the biggest or the longest. Is it?
Well, that seems to be the new norm in baseball. That seems to be the new norm in baseball. I mean, right. He's not 30 yet, so it's not going to be like. Because
that's true. The norm really is at least 8 to 10 years if you want a big time contract for a big time player. And as a Cub fan, we're just kind of waiting to see what player is going to get that big time contract, if any player is, because like we talked about last time when you were on the podcast, you kind of said maybe you were going to take Chris Bryant and the Mets. Do you think that that's still a possibility, Frank?
Well, the Cubs are playing well right now, so it doesn't look like they're going to be doing any trades.
I really hope you're right, Frank. But as a Cub fan, I'm a little nervous that they're set in their ways and they still may sell.
Yeah, it's got a bad gut feeling about this.
Well, if you want the players to sell, you could come to the Lyndhurst pastry shop, and where they have lemon ice, Italian ices.
Who doesn't love a good Italian ice, though? That's pretty tempting. And
you'll like who they're owned by.
Who?
Who's that?
Who are they owned by?
Anthony Rizzo's family.
Oh.
Did not know that. Learn something new. Like every time I go to Sports Encyclopedia, learn something new every time.
A fun fact.
Have you come around at all on Edluz Diaz yet?
Yeah, I'm starting to come along.
Okay. I was wondering if you were, because I remember one time we talked and I thought you were ready to put out a hit on Edwin. And have you changed it from Edluz to Edwin yet, or is he still kind of in between?
He's inching towards Edwin.
Okay. He's trending in the right direction.
Yep.
Right on. So we talked a little bit about the Cubs, obviously. A little bit of a surprise, kind of from an outsider's perspective. A New York fan like yourself. What has been your take on the Cubs season so far, from the outside looking in?
Well, they've played a lot better than expected. Craig Kimbrel looks like he's back to the old Craig Kimbrel, and not the Craig Kimbrel that looked like he was about to pitch in the Atlantic League last year.
Yeah, seriously.
I think I saw something. He's like 16 for 18 for his last for 16 for 18 of his last saves, and
they've had enough offense this year where they've actually scored some runs. I mean, last year they were severely lacking.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing, we've talked about it a few times, is like the biggest knock on the Cubs in the last 5 years has always been their bullpen, and that's been arguably the best part of the team this year.
I mean, of course, you play a lot of games against the Pirates, and it helps that the Pirates
that helps a lot.
The Pirates are allergic to first base.
Yeah, that's true.
It is high, it is far, it is gone. Key Brian Hayes. La 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 la. Oh God, that's the first base. It's lava. I can't touch lava.
That was wild. I don't know if I've ever seen that in a professional baseball. Like you see that in like Little League, not in Major League Baseball.
Well, it legendarily happened in the 1962 season to the Mets.
Really?
And Marvin Strawberry hit a ball into the center field in the Polo Grounds, which went forever.
Yep.
And he made it to third base. So he gets to third base, and the umpire calls him out. So Casey Stengel comes out to argue. He says, he goes, because he got called out because he didn't touch second base, and then Casey Stengel came out to argue, and the umpire went up to Casey. Casey, don't even bother. He didn't even touch first either.
That's great. That's hilarious. Did you expect? Like I think I kind of alluded to this, like the surprise of the Cubs. Where did you at the beginning of the season think that the Cubs would be? Like probably not a first place team, right?
I thought they'd be a team that like hung near 500, and then had to sail and had a bad second half.
Who do you think is the best team in the National League right now?
Well, it's so hard to pick against the Dodgers.
That valid point. Do you think the Padres have enough to catch the Dodgers after the run that the Dodgers have had the last 10 years?
Well, I would have said that they had a good shot, but I haven't been too impressed with what I've seen against the Mets.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the
Cubs. I think the Cubs were like 6-1 or 5-1 against the Padres on their season series. They have not been playing well. If you look at their stats, other than Tatis, their offense has not been the best.
Machado has not had a great year.
No,
that's the thing. Like you said, he's on a big contract too. So that's one of those kind of. It's going to be crazy to see over the next few years how these big contracts
Ian Snell's had a pretty good year as a starter for them.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
hard luck loser tonight.
Frank, everybody picked the Braves to win the NL East. What's the deal with the Braves? You know the NL East probably more than anybody we know. What's the deal with the Braves sitting at 29-32?
Their bullpen is atrocious.
Oh, okay. Because that offense is pretty good, but
their bullpen is their bullpen comes in and they it was like that guy that's trying to put out the fire in his backyard barbecue, and it blows him up.
It's that bad.
Yeah, well, they did good against the Dodgers last week, but against the Phillies, back-to-back nights, their bullpen blew the game. They had a 3-1 lead going into the bottom of the 10th after scoring 2 runs, and they didn't even get anyone out. The Phillies just tattooed the ball.
Frank, we got the Mets, Cubs starting Monday. Have you ever been to Chicago?
No.
No, I think you would love Wrigley Field.
You know, I would have probably tried to gone this year, except the game was in the series that the Mets played in Wrigley. You had to be in fucking April. The one time it probably wouldn't have been feasible for me to get out there. Things still weren't completely open yet, and I had things to do with going to Rough and Rowdy the weekend after that series. In fact, I watched the third game of that series in West Virginia.
Which, by the way, Frank, we haven't talked to you since, but you were absolutely electric. We went to Zach's house and watched that Rough and Rowdy. Was that the one you were doling out hot dogs?
Yes.
Oh,
speaking of hot dogs, Chicago dog, that'd be good for the raw dogging.
Well, it may not have been in Chicago, but it basically was a Chicago dog at a place called Hot Dog Heaven in Orlando.
Ooh.
What was your thought?
I don't know. It's pretty good.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little too much for me for the Chicago dog.
Yeah, I like it, but it's just too much.
But how do you feel about the whole ketchup conspiracy? And like, no one in Chicago thinks you should be allowed to put ketchup on a hot dog. I could care less.
I agree full-heartedly.
I don't think Frank thinks that ketchup should go on anything.
I
Ketchup.
hate ketchup. I hate
I'm
ketchup.
with you on that end, Frank. I'm not, but who am I to judge what another man puts on his hot dog?
I agree, but I just think that they should avoid ketchup.
I don't hate that.
So
So
you're saying we're going down to Orlando. You got what's some new Barstool content you got coming out?
Well, I'm still writing my Florida trip blogs. Those should be coming out. Maybe part 2 will come out Monday or so.
I love the mini putt. I always watch those on YouTube.
Yep, I have a second mini putt contest with Doug's coming up too next week.
Love that.
I got more Raw Dog videos coming out soon. I got a lot of fucking cameos I have to do tonight, so
you're like the cameo king, apparently.
Yeah, so I have to do like a bunch of them after I'm done.
Like you kind of led the way there. It seems like now everyone, a lot of people at Barstool are doing cameo now.
Oh, of course, Dave like slam dunked them.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm a millionaire, I wouldn't have to do it either.
Yeah. But hey, I seen you're putting up numbers on Cameo, so
yeah,
can't say anything about that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought Aaron Carter won the fight, but it looks like oof.
Not good.
I just saw the Central Arkansas field. It's ugly.
The purple and gray and black.
Yes.
That one's pretty cool, man. What do you mean ugly?
Oh.
Don't like it?
I'm on your side, Frank.
I love all the crazy colors.
So Lamar Odom dropped Aaron Carter. Oh, boy.
He should. He's a foot taller and probably has 70 pounds on him. I'm going to have to go and watch this video now.
Yeah, I can't. If anyone actually paid for that.
I actually saw a tweet that I thought said that Odom lost.
Oh, I got you.
Which would have been he should have just died in the ring if that would happen.
Just don't come out if you lose to Aaron Carter. Well, Frank, before we let you go, we got 4 games Monday through Thursday. Cubs Mets. What's your series prediction? Is it going to be a split?
I have a feeling it's going to be a split.
Yeah, 2 pretty good teams as of right now. So I wouldn't. Obviously, I would like.
I'd be okay with that.
I'll take what I can get.
Oh boy. The Aaron Carter's like headgear got like turned around.
Oh, they wore headgear?
Yeah.
Oh, who cares? Let him take the headgear off. Put him in Rough and Rowdy.
That would be a good spot for something like that. Frank, are you going to be at any of the games?
Tuesday. At least.
Tuesday, love it. Like I said, I was out there a few years ago. What did you say? Your thoughts on the hot dogs at Citi Field?
Pretty mediocre.
Pretty mediocre. I saw you're doing a little something with what's the hot dog company name? Feltman's. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're very good hot dogs.
Yeah, I gotta try
those. Is that an East Coast thing?
Yeah, there's a New York
thing? They're trying to they're mainly mail order right now. It's named after Charles Feltman, who invented the hot dog. He used to have a store that predated Nathan's. In fact, Nathan's worked for Feltman's.
So I can get them shipped out here to Illinois?
Yeah, you can get them shipped out. Go to feltmans.com. Use promo code Frank. You get 20% off.
There we go.
I know what I'm doing after this interview.
I know I'm going to have to. Well, I said, Frank, before I let you go, I just want to say, I love watching the Yak Tank Thursdays. I'm loving it. Your walk-off on Thursday was amazing. Your little, what was it? The
Sam Darnold doesn't want to get the COVID vaccine. Says he's unsure of it. And I said that, and he basically says, well, it's too bad they didn't have a vaccine for mono.
That's very true.
Mic drop.
Mic drop. Love it, Frank.
Great stuff. Well, Frank, we got your Mets coming up. I'd always, cheer for my Cubbies, but if we have to lose a couple, I'm glad it'd be to your Mets. So I'd be okay with that, but no more than 2. I can't handle that. I'm okay with a gentleman.
Well, I'll be out there Tuesday for sure.
Love it.
All right, man. Well, thank you for joining the show. Make sure you follow Frank at NJ Tank 99. Check out all of his work. He's doing great stuff. And like you said, Frank, what was that promo code on the hot dogs?
Frank.
And what was the
We'll
website?
be using that right after the show.
Feltmans.us.
Feltmans.us. So me and Zach are going to order some hot dogs. Do the same. It's summertime. There's literally, that's the perfect summer food. What's your order if you're putting on top of your hot dog? What are you going, Frank? So I know when I cook them up here.
Plain raw dog.
Raw dog.
Nothing.
All right. Well, I'll give it the taste test. Make sure you check out Frank, like I said, on Twitter, all of the work he does. Frank, thanks so much for joining us here on the podcast.
Thank you, Frank.
All right. I'll see you next time.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Good luck with everything. Keep it rolling, man. You're doing great.